के चरणों में कोटि कोटि वंदन। हमें देख रहे सभी दुनिया के वासी फ्रॉम लंदन एंड फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, सादर जय जिनेन्द्र प्रणाम। I will also say good morning because most of you I can see just got up and had their breakfast. Hope it's not too early for you. I could see some name from US also. It's very late in the night, but thanks to you all to organize this kind of session, because this is first of its kind. Like, we have many corporate meetings going on Zoom. It's a very good tool, but it was never used for such kind of religious functions or to just share one's views towards religion. So thanks to technology, thanks to the organizers, thanks to Kiran uncle and Anil ji. Yeah, it's true. We are not Jains by birth, but we are very lucky enough to have good friends who guided us to this path. They showed this path to us, or rather I would say initially I came in contact with Jainism, and that was only because of Ajay Chajed, who is my college friend. We met around 30 years ago, so we have been friends since then. I think so this is also a remarkable thing in the world, to have friendships that old. They say if friendship crosses 10 to 15 years, then you should consider that as a relation. It's more than a blood relation. So I got this Jainism, or so-called Jain Dharma, with his help and his mother's help. I used to call her mommy, name is Savitabai Otomalji Chajid. She is no more, but still her blessings are there, and because of which I am sitting here. I always tell my friends or people with whom I interact that I have two mothers, and I take pride in saying that. One mother, she gave me birth. She made me capable to acquire, or rather I will say absorb, the Jainism, the entire soup of Jainism I could digest. And the second mother, or rather Ajay's mommy, she taught me how to drink that soup. She taught me what is Jainism, how it shows you the path of self-enlightenment, and how it takes you to the final destination of the soul. In initial days, it was very difficult for me to understand what exactly these people do, why they go to the temple every day, and what do the Manasahibs. They always sit on a platform on the path, and what they tell. So this curiosity led me to deep dive into Jainism, and the most important help I got from my guru, or I will say it's a light into the deep sea where the boat does not find its way, and the light will guide that boat towards the shore. And the name of the Sadhiji Manasahib is Ratnareka Siji Manasahib, whom I met 30 years ago in Palitana. She saw something special in me, and then with her special advices or special letters, she used to always explain me what the life is, what is the purpose of the soul, why the soul is being born so many times. What did the Tirthankaras, they tell about the self-enlightenment of the soul. So all those details she used to explain me via letters or books. So that was the only source which I had to acquire the knowledge of Jainism. I never had a privilege to visit any of the monks or visit any of the big temples before that. But when I started reading those books, my curiosity went on increasing, and I started reading more and more and tried to understand this. And finally, I thought that yes, this is what I actually wanted. This is what is, I think so, everybody is striving. The path actually which will lead you to complete happiness, complete knowledge. It's not only happiness or it's not only a blind belief, but it has a very, very huge base of knowledge which convinces your mind to follow it. And I started walking step by step. I started learning more and more. During the lifespan or walking along with these thoughts, I got married. I told my wife, see, this is what I follow, this is what I believe, and I will not force you also to follow this or to do whatever I am doing, but it's all your wish and will. And she saw what I was doing, and she also understood, yes, this is something which has substance in it, and there's no harm in following this. And eventually she also started following, and I would rather say she is now 2 steps ahead of what I am doing. Or I always tell people, you don't praise me so much. She is, more than what I do or what I believe. She has more faith in the religion which she did not get by birth, but she got it as a gift from her husband. So this is only what I can give to her. And when she also acquired this, it was obvious that that will come into her family, because if a woman, she takes something in her mind that yes, this is the true thing, this is the right thing, and I should follow it, then nobody in this world can stop her. Whenever I interact with people, when we visit different Sangh or different families, I always tell the ladies, look, if you want your son to have good sanskar, or if you want them to learn the Pratikaman or any other things, it is you who have to take the initiative. You who have to create an environment in your house. It's not always that they should go to Upashray or they should go to Manasahib, but it is very more important that the mother, she creates an environment in the house so that the kids, they also get motivated to do all these things. So what does the mother has to tell the kids? The mother has to explain the kids what is our religion. We are born in a religion called as Jain. What is Jain? What are 24 Tirthankars? How did they lead their life? Why did they sacrifice so many things? I think so if a mother explains all these things to the kids, surely they will try to understand. And out of the blue, maybe we can get one more Mahavir. That's for sure. So always I tell to the mothers, and that's what my wife also did with my kids. She kept them away from all the things which were not told by Bhagwan Mahavir. She always tried to plant in their minds that ahimsa is the best way, the best thing what they should do. And that is what Bhavi just now he mentioned. We come from a family which also believes in eating abhaksha things. But since we understood what this religion is, what Bhagwan Mahavir has told, that we are not supposed to kill anyone just for the sake because I am hungry. There are many more things in this world which can fill your stomach bowl. You don't have to cut or you don't have to boil any living thing. So that was I will say, engraved kind of thing in our minds, and then we started step by step following this. Reading more books, meeting my Guruji always, and then discussing all these things in our family. I will tell you, we used to have a lot of discussions around all these things what Bhagwan Mahavir has told. Every incident in our family, I used to relate to Bhagwan Mahavir. Because Bhagwan Mahavir is the only Tirthankar who had to lead 12.5 years as Chatmasta, means before attaining Keval Gyan. 12.5 years, he is the only Tirthankar who had to spend that much amount of time to shed all the karmas. But while doing so, he gave us a message that if you want to come out of all the karmas or let go all the karmas, have self-enlightenment or knowledge, then you have to have the superpower of Sahan Shakti. Sahan Shakti, or I don't know how you can put it, but to accept what is coming to your way and not to blame somebody else. Because of you all this pain is coming in my way, because of you I am not happy, because of you I don't get all these things. It's not like that. It is all your karmas which are coming in front of you and which gives you pain. This is what Bhagwan Mahavir told out of all his 12.5 years of Chatmastakal or sadhana. So I always tell my wife, if she is upset, if she is not, happy in the mood, I will tell her, maybe this is because of some your past deeds which are coming in front of you and then you are unhappy. You don't blame anyone for this. That is what I used to tell my kids also. You can also relate many things in your life and then explain your kids in that way. That will give them more insight towards the religion, or if we don't consider the spiritual part of it, but still that will give them some consoling, some peace of mind, and then they can be quiet. Second thing what I told my kids is, see, you can lead a life, becoming an engineer, a doctor, no harm in that. We can afford to even send you to Europe or US or anywhere. But then what is the end of that journey, what you will be leading? I also explained them what is the end of the journey if you take the path of self-enlightenment or Sayyam. Both the comparison were kept in front of them. Everything was explained very openly, very, very openly. Like my daughter, she is very sharp in asking questions. She will never hesitate to ask any damn question. And I have to answer all those questions. So we had almost a year just question answer session to really understand if we are taking this as a path for future life or remaining part of our life, then we should be convinced and we should always be motivated. We should not be demotivated at after some certain time. So that was a big challenge, I will say, for me. But with the blessing of my Guru, with the blessing of Bhagwan Parshanath, I could explain them what is this path, what is the end result of this path. Will this path give complete happiness, or still there will be some doubts in their mind? Yeah, for sure this path has hardships, but then our day-to-day current life also has hardships. I will say there are many more hardships we face today, many more problems we face today than the people who have taken Sanyam or our Marasahebs. They have a mindset to adjust in any given environment, any damn environment, without any complaint. But then do we have the same kind of mindset? Are we adjusting ourselves? Are we compromising? Do we have a let go kind of nature? If we convert our mindsets, or if we have the let go kind of nature, I will tell you, the day is not far that we will have 3 or 4 Mumukshus coming out of London and taking diksha in India. That's my I think that should be the future, because I really feel that people they travel, they settle down overseas because they have their future and other responsibilities to perform. But then one fine day they come across a thought that what about my religion? What about the temple I used to visit in my childhood? What about the Marasahebs which I used to always go and talk to? I don't see those Marasahebs, those temples in London. It's okay now, we do have Jain temples all over the world, but then you don't get that environment. So that thought always comes in the mind of the parents. But I will tell to such parents that you become the monks, you become the pathfinders for your kids. You make an environment in your house because you motivate them for going to different curricular activity classes. You motivate to make them doctors. You motivate them to become engineers. Why not motivate them to become a monk? That should be the thought this new generation should have. Because the life is full of hardships. Not a single moment in your life is without hardships. So why not a good father or a good mother inspire their own kid to become a monk and lead a peaceful life? At least out of your 2 kids or 3 kids, one is happy. One has peace of mind. One is really close to God. At least you will have that satisfaction in your mind. And believe me, if one out of your family takes Sanyam, then our Guru Bhagwan says that your next 42 generations, the same punya or the blessings will be passed on. So just imagine, making one kid a monk will not serve purpose for your own family, but it will be for your next 42 generations. So that is the real importance of becoming a monk. And it really brings you so close to your own self. Our Guruji always tells us that we should do Swadhyay for minimum 6 hours. What is the meaning of Swadhyay? Meaning of Swadhyay does not mean that reciting the verses or reading out of the book. Meaning of Swadhyay is that you read yourself, you match yourself with the teachings of Bhagwan Mahavir. You compare yourself with the teachings of Bhagwan Mahavir, and you are sure to find some differences of opinion, some differences with respect to the teachings of Bhagwan Mahavir. And then you have to correct those differences. You have to fill those gaps. That is what is Swadhyay. स्वयं को पढ़ना, स्वयं को समझना और उसको सुधारना, उसको बोलते हैं स्वाध्याय. Swadhyay is just not reading books, Swadhyay is just not singing stavans, but Swadhyay is to correct yourself with respect to what Bhagwan Mahavir has told. I am sure we are not walking the exact path what Bhagwan Mahavir has told. There are gaps. If we initiate ourselves to fill those gaps, if we just lift our one step towards this filling the gaps, I am sure we will be more than happy what we are today. All this knowledge, all these thoughts, all these beliefs, they made up my mind and also my family's mind that this is exactly what we should do. This is exactly what anybody or everybody should do. This religion is not restricted to only Jains. It is for everybody. Whoever is born, any Jeev can embrace this religion. In Bhagwan Mahavir's Samavsaran, or whenever he used to give the lectures in Samavsaran, it was not a restriction for anyone. There were 12 Parshadas. The meaning of Parshada is different types or different sects of people sitting around Bhagwan Mahavir and listening to this. Even animals were there. Then we are human beings. Why can't we follow what Bhagwan Mahavir has told? Why is it so difficult for us to follow what Bhagwan Mahavir has told? And that gives you self-enlightenment, then gives you self-happiness. So I think so we should again reconsider our way of living, the way of thinking. It's not like I've seen many people overseas. I've traveled to Europe. I've been to Denmark so many times, Poland so many times, Austria so many times, Germany also so many times, US also so many times. So I've seen people, I've seen different cultures very closely. I've seen there are some gaps in their minds which they want to fill in, but they don't find a way, a mean, how to fill those gaps. But we as Jains, we have 24 Tirthankars and so many Kevali Bhagwans sitting providing you so much of knowledge which will help you to fill those gaps. I think so we are underutilizing the knowledge what we have. We are just sitting on the sofa and then just thinking we cannot change this world, we cannot do this, we cannot do that, or people are acting like this, people are doing that. But then we don't think that what am I doing, what I should do, what is that I can contribute to this world, or how I can make myself happy. Instead of putting the carpet across the country, why can't I wear slippers so that my legs won't get soiled? These and so many other thoughts, they came to our mind. These thoughts helped us to make our decision so strong. And today we are on the path with the blessing of our Guru, Acharya Ravi Shekhar Suriji Maharaj Sahib. Within 5 days we will be leaving our home, that is on 17th of February, we will be leaving for Palitana. And on 22nd of February, we will be, that's the diksha day. So early morning around 6 a.m. the ceremony starts and we will become sadhu on 22nd of February. So that thought, it's like a bubble in our mind. It's just like a kid before the examination, how happy he is. After 4 hours I will be free, I can play, I can go out. Same kind of feeling is in our mind. After 5 to 6 days, we will be free out of all these worries. We will be just with our Guru and with our books. No mobile, no TV. We are very happy for that kind of situation. Because we know what pain the mobile gives. We know what pain the social media gives. And we all are aware of that. And we want to get rid of that social media. But we can't. And it sucks. That's the reality, I will say. I'll not take much of your time. If I have spoken anything against the teachings of Bhagwan Mahavir, Michhami Dukkadam. Thank you.